suddenly homeless. Imagine being part of a family where your parents are constantly fighting and you no longer feel safe. Your mother has no choice except to grab her children and leave in the middle of the night. You're suddenly homeless. He worked full time for years and provided for his family, but when his company went out of business, he was suddenly out of work, suddenly homeless. Hello, I'm Donna Davis, life coach and author. I've been moved to do this fundraiser ever since I stumbled over what I thought was a bundle of rags down in the subway station in Philadelphia 4 years ago. When the rags sat up, I realized it was a woman and her child with her hand out asking for money. They were homeless. I have compassion for the homeless. I wanted to do something to help them. I took it upon myself to get the word out about how homelessness affects every one of us at any given time. I know their story will move you to contribute your time and financial resources to the homeless situation where you decide to recognize and acknowledge this situation in your country, in your state, in your city, in your neighborhood, and on your street. I want to raise money to pay them for sharing their story in an anthology I'm writing so that we can all learn how homelessness suddenly happens. I want to contribute to the homeless shelters as well. Living in a homeless shelter keeps her and her child safe for a while, but she knows it's only a temporary fix. She knows she cannot stay there forever, but she thinks she's not worth anything anymore. She has given up hope. What is her next step? She sent the children to school and got ready for work. She stood on the corner for her bus and connected to a second bus to ride for only 10 minutes longer. She arrived, signed in, and began her assignment. Then the phone rang. It was her neighbor. Your house is on fire. Come back home now. She arrived as the four fire trucks sprayed water on her burning home. She had just moved in a few months ago. She had no homeowner's insurance. That's what she was saving up for. Now she's suddenly homeless. Their story will move you. Every year, hundreds of thousands of American families become homeless, including 1.6 million children. These families are hidden from our view. They move frequently and are doubled up in overcrowded apartments with relatives or friends. Others sleep in cars and camping grounds and send their children to stay with relatives to avoid shelter life. Once in shelter, despite the efforts of dedicated staff, life can be noisy, chaotic, and lack privacy. Homelessness increases the likelihood that families will separate or dissolve. Often, members of homeless families have experienced trauma. These experiences affect how children and adults think, feel, behave, relate, and cope. Their story will change you. The number of homeless veterans skyrocketed over the last few years. A large number of soldiers who have recently returned from Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as those who have been released from prison, could be factors. We need to honor their sacrifice. With your donation today, 20 to 30 homeless people will receive Visa debit cards when they share their story for this anthology and movie project. Imagine how they will feel when they walk into a store or restaurant and make a purchase. Homeless shelters will benefit as well. Through your compassion and love for fellow Americans, I urge you to give empathetically, knowing you are making a difference. Thank you.